Hello Plymouth, Luke Pollard here, I'm your Member of Parliament. Today's been the Queen's speech, which is when Her Majesty the Queen outlines the programme of government, not just for the next 12 months, but for the next 2 years. I listened to the speech and it's pretty thin, there's not a lot in it. Now, after a poor election and shelving huge chunks of her manifesto, the Prime Minister, who writes the speech for the Queen to read out, we thought that this speech would be thin, that it would lack a lot of the content that was in the Conservative manifesto, and it is. When Jeremy Corbyn came back into the Commons after listening to the speech in the House of Lords, he turned to Labour MPs and said, "There's nothing in it." And he's right, it's very, very light on detail. The problem with the Queen's speech for me is that there's nothing in it that will make a positive difference for Plymouth. And that is really worrying, because what I wanted to see is the government getting on and tackling those big issues that matter in the southwest. There's mention of high-speed rail, but there's no extra money or mention of our precarious train line. Overall, I think the Queen's speech was a missed opportunity. It's not a programme for 1 year's worth of government, let alone 2 years' worth of government. So it's my job as your Member of Parliament to keep the pressure on, to stand up and speak for Plymouth, and that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. Next week, I'll be making my maiden speech. That's the first time that I get to speak in the chamber, and I want it to be about Plymouth. So how I can stand up for you in Parliament, that's what I want to be talking about then. Now, our city's got so much potential, but I look at the bills that's been proposed in today's Queen's speech. I just don't think there's enough good stuff in there that will make that positive difference for our city. That's why I'll be voting against the Queen's speech. You can ask me more about the Queen's speech on my weekly Ask Luke, which is on Sunday evenings at 7 o'clock. It'd be great to hear your views on what is a very thin Queen's speech. Thanks, Plymouth.